I definitely want to make sure that this video hits home for a lot of people in my age range. There's a conflicting internal situation that I always deal with, and I'm sure many of you deal with, especially if you're around my age. I believe I made a video already about seeing the successes of other people online. Well, this one is the real life. Say you have a group of 5 friends, and out of those 5 friends, you were one of them. 3 get engaged, 3 have kids, whichever. And then 1 is still single, or maybe talking to somebody, and you're just doing your own thing. A lot of the times you probably feel left out. A lot of the times you probably feel like you're super far behind in life. You have to understand, guys, that coming from somebody who really wanted success at a very young age, like I pursued YouTube from a very young age, and it saved me from a lot of things. But of course, when you're that young, you're getting bullied and everything, and because of YouTube and stuff, you try and make it. You try and become that person and try to show everybody else up and say like, hey, I just did it, guess what? Now you got all of them running back to you. You have to understand that early success is so rare, and majority of the time it's probably mommy and daddy's money that's helping them. Very rare is it like someone of our age is just hitting the lottery of that, hitting the fame. You have to realize that everyone has their own timeline. Everybody has their own timeline. And that's one thing that I started to learn as I got older, which I'm not that old, but like, that's just one thing that I learned is that, even if you manifest, even if you depict yourself as like somebody that's wanting to become rich at like 23. My main thing was to become a millionaire at 23. Obviously that didn't happen. There's so many conflicting things that are outside of it that happen. Interests change, the economy changes. It's a lot of stuff, right? So now I'm almost 25. And the best piece of advice that I can give you from this video and from what I hope you listen to is that everybody has their own timeline. So even if you are 27, even if you're turning 27 and you're not married, you don't have kids, whichever, that's fine. I get that, the dream was to have it at a very young, or not a very young age, but a younger age, like your mid to late 20s or something, and it's not happening for you, but times have changed. My dad had his first kid at 27. My mom didn't have her first kid until she was 40. Hell, some of my family and some of my friends have not had anything, and they're almost my age, if not older. So what you have to understand again is that you have to roll with your timeline. Obviously, your actions depict what your timeline is going to be like, but I've learned to let things happen the way they happen. Let life take its course. Roll with it. If you don't like it, change it. But don't be stressing out over something where it's like you're out of control. So like, again, if you want to become super successful at a young age, yeah, grind, hustle, do everything you can to make that happen. But just don't be down on yourself if it doesn't happen, because maybe it's not your time yet. I truly believe, even if I'm not a strong believer, even if I'm not like fully a strong believer, I guess you could say, even though I don't want to say that, but God has his path for you. And as long as you are on a positive, good path, you are unstoppable. Like, I still live with my parents. I wish I didn't. But there's one thing that I really am like saying to myself, I'm like, man, this is just a sign, because what I'm doing with YouTube and stuff and recording, giving you guys info, and my plans to go to dental school and stuff, it's like it's all gonna work out in some way, shape, or form. It's just a matter of when. So, listen. Your 20s are an experimental age. Your 30s are starting to wind down to the experimental age, because then when you hit 40, that's when you're like, ah, shit, like I should probably get my shit together. I mean, you should obviously have your shit together no matter what, but your 20s, in my opinion, are like that experimental shit, right? So when you're 18 to 20, it's like you're in this bubble of like, I don't know what to do, and then 20 through literally 29 is like, okay, I either went to school, I'm in trade, or I'm just hustling and grinding. That's it. So please don't stress out. Take the advice from me, okay? Because I wanted it young, just like everybody else here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new.